Forget what you heard. Yeah, boy!
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Forget What You Heard. I'm Aaron.
And I'm Luke. And today we're going to be going over our second half predictions, second half expectations, just things we expect to see, coming into the playoff run. So off the bat, we have the Eastern Conference. It's very tight from 4 to even 11. It's 5 games in between those teams there. So, the East is shaping out to be a little competitive outside of the top 3 teams. Hornets, Knicks, Hawks, Celtics, Heat, Pacers, Bulls, Raptors, are some teams that are all, capable of, maybe slipping in, sliding around.
Yeah, the thing I love about basketball is who would have predicted that the current 4 seed is the Hornets and the 5th seed's the Knicks. Crazy, huh?
Yeah, really. I mean, those were, kind of bottom feeders a few years back. But, last year I think the Hornets just finished outside, 9th or 10th. And then the Knicks, man, they're probably the most surprising team this year so far.
Yeah, Jay ran.
Yeah. Barrett's taking a step. Alec Burks has been really, really good for them.
Yeah, I like what Tibbs has done.
Yeah, Tibbs
he's batting down the hatches and scrubbed the poop deck.
Yeah, he's sliping and slipping around. That's for sure. He's kind of bringing in these younger guys and, showed them the ropes.
Yeah, he's still a strict guy, though. He plays the guys that he really likes.
Do you think
Jay Rand, R.J. Barrett?
Do you think certain players don't like playing for him?
Obi.
Yeah, Obi stinks.
We don't know that. He barely gets any minutes.
Exactly. He's not. I don't think he's ready.
He's not good at developing young players, I don't think.
I don't think
Andrew
so.
Wiggins.
He plays guys who are ready to compete and play right now. He's not really. I mean, Toppin's kind of a project guy, really.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they know something I don't, but they're obviously in the mix, so they're doing something right. I can't. And I like Tibbs, so. And for the Hornets, that's a very interesting team to me. They play real hard. They're, they can get hot. They have just an interesting mix of guys. Scary Terry, P.J. Washington, Malik Monk, LaMelo. He's out for the season.
So what do you think happens with the Hornets with LaMelo out? You still think they're...
I mean, they've looked good without him. Devontae Graham stepping up. He's looking like the old Devontae Graham from last year.
Yeah, he is.
Malik Monk starting to catch fire. He got hurt again, though, which is sad. P.J. Washington is like, I guess I need to watch the Hornets more. Because every time I do, check in, he's just a solid player. But I remember he dropped 42 this year, one game, like in February or something. Yeah, I had no idea. And Scary Terry's lighting it up. I think he was player of the month.
He was.
In March.
Yeah.
Devontae Graham, Bismack's going to Bismack people.
I noticed, too, with P.J. Washington, he can shoot. I don't think he ever had that to his game, but it seemed like, kind of early on he was kind of shooting a little more. But, he's really made strides as a big, kind of a 4.
Yeah, is he shooting threes? I know he shoots the mid-range well.
He shoots threes, really good, really well.
Yeah,
corner threes and stuff.
Yeah, and they have Miles Bridges.
Mm-hmm.
They have Gordon Hayward.
Yeah, he's probably their star. Yeah, outside of Rozier.
Looks good. They just have a whole bunch of weird.
They have a bunch of solid role players. Like Cody Zeller would be solid on another team, and
Bismack,
Gordon Hayward, Rozier, kind of been around.
What are the twins' names?
Caleb and Cody.
Stink.
Martin. Yeah, how I feel about them.
Yeah, I don't like them either. I just don't like they're good, probably good kids, but they're not very good at basketball.
They must have a coach's son or something. To have
They're
twins on
What's
the
the
same
coach's
team.
name? Blah blah blah.
James Borrego?
Yeah, he's a good coach, I think.
Yeah, he slicks his hair around.
Yeah, it's a different way every time I see him. Sometimes it's to the right, sometimes it's to the left.
It's like he has one of those little miniature tractors running through the cornfield on his hair.
I never thought about it that way, but now I'll never unsee that. And the thing I like about him, they drafted LaMelo. He was like, the second coming of, I don't know, Charlotte's never really been that good, but he would take LaMelo out in crunch time, like early on in his rookie season, because he made a lot of mistakes defensively and things like that. But once he put him in the starting lineup, and LaMelo actually played really well and cut down on his turnovers and started trying on defense, he kind of gave him a longer leash, but still didn't give him the whole pie. He gave him some pieces of the pies.
Yeah, it was weird because he started that one game. I think Terry Rozier was out, and then he didn't do very well. He had like 6 turnovers in like really quick, like 20 minutes or something. And then he just continued to come off the bench, and you saw potential. He had really good passes, like those long bounce passes and all these different plays. Yeah, and then finally, I guess, I'm sure Michael Jordan or someone had that conversation with him. Hey, we drafted this kid early. Let's go ahead and put him in the starters. And, yeah, he basically took off from there, and he's really showed his potential, man. He shows flashes of being great.
What does he average, like 15, 6, and 6 or something?
Yeah, something like that, if I had to guess.
He's a really good rebounder.
Yeah.
He's got like that benign instinct to where the ball's going to hit the rim and where it's going to go. And
well, he's pretty big for a traditional
6'7"?
point guard. He's like 6'5".
He's 6'7".
He's 6'7"?
He's taller than Lonzo.
I thought he was 6'5".
No, he's 6'7", for 100% sure.
Know,
if he fills out, he's going to be scary, man.
That's a big point guard.
Yeah, he's big in terms of height, but not weight.
Yeah, well, they're in the 4 spot, so we'll see what happens. It's still 2 games out from the 9 spot. Pacers are kind of up and down. What do you think, the Pacers can make moves?
I don't really like the Pacers that much.
They're not a playoff team?
Unless LeVert gets back to where he once was. Well, right now they're in a playoff, right?
Yeah, 7 through 10. They're in number 9 spot.
Yeah, I think they're not gonna be there at the end of the season. I think the Raptors will jump up in there.
So I was gonna ask, so which one of those teams kind of lower you think can make a run?
The Raptors. I mean, the Wizards have been playing well, but the Bulls. I mean, their first game they stunk. The second game they stunk. I don't know if they kind of figure it out. Maybe they can make a big run. But maybe the Knicks drop far.
You don't think they're legit?
I mean, they lost Mitchell Robinson. I don't know. I don't think maybe they can sustain it. I don't know.
Yeah, I could see them slipping. It's just a lot of these other teams, don't seem like they really have it together.
The Hawks are hot.
Yeah, but I mean, they struggle a lot. They're very up and down, very inconsistent.
I expect the Heat to move up in the standings for sure.
You think when Oladipo gets back?
Well, they've had a lot of COVID issues over the year.
That's true.
So, I mean, once they get everyone back and they start playing together and their three-point shooters get hot, they'll be hard to, So I expect the East landscape to be very different at the end of the year. Because we still have how many games? Like 30-something?
What, 45? Yeah, 25 games, 26.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of movement. I don't know if the Bulls will make it. Maybe they will, and the Raptors won't make it.
The Raptors won't?
Yeah, maybe not. I don't know.
I could see the Raptors moving. I don't know. They've looked really bad after the Norman Powell trade.
Yeah, they don't have a center or anything.
That's true. They have,
and they have beef in the locker room.
Maybe they're not deep enough either. Chicago, I don't think so. I think the Pacers will get in. And probably I guess if there's 8, maybe not. I could see the Heat making a run. I could see the Celtics moving up. That's probably about it. Maybe the Hornets will slip with LaMelo Ball's out.
Yeah, I think they'll slip and the Knicks will slip.
I could see that. So with the top 3 teams, it's Sixers, Nets, Bucks. Are those the contenders?
Yes.
Hmm.
But I also want to say, the Heat, once they get, if they're in the playoffs, man, they're going to make some noise. Celtics.
Yeah, my thing is, though, if they're like the 7th and 8th seeds, they got the Sixers, Nets, Bucks.
It'd be a good series.
That's true. Yeah, like if you were the Hornets, you're praying that the Knicks stay in the 5th seed. I think that gives you a better matchup than the Celtics or the Heat.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
You don't think so?
Nah, I think...
You think the better teams will prevail?
Yeah, they'll be... I think they can get up to the 4 seed, the Heat or the Celtics, and the other one can go to the 5th seed. I think, they're well coached. They'll get things done.
Who do you expect to be kind of like the breakout player in the second half in the Eastern Conference? Doesn't have to be someone who hasn't been proven, just a guy you think's just going to really put the team on their back and just kind of go bonkers in the second half.
It's a very good question. I want to say Jason Tatum.
It's a good answer.
Just because he was slow in the first half because he did get COVID, and who knows how long it fully takes you to recover from that. So, and he's been shooting well lately, and he's looking good. He's looking spry again.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got new pieces with Luke Cornett. And Evan Fournier had the worst debut ever as a Celtic. What was he, 0 for 10?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that stinks.
That's his debut, though.
That's what he gets for telling the fans to go look up his name.
He'll solidify himself.
Yeah, he'll be fine. And I like his number a lot.
94?
Yeah.
Me too.
Was he born in 94?
No. He's like 29.
Wonder what it means to him.
I don't know. It's
probably something French and weird.
I don't know. Yeah, you have to ask him.
I'm not talking to that freak.
Okay. I did like the Jason Tatum pick. He looked really good in that game last night versus the Pelicans. It looked like he has a chip on his shoulder and he's ready to, really carry this team down the stretch.
Who's your pick?
I think John Collins is going to have a really good second half.
John?
Yeah.
He had his career high against Draymond, the best defender in the world. What was it, 38 or something?
When was this?
When they played the Warriors a couple of nights ago.
I mean, of course, Trae Young is going to Trae Young, but I think John Collins is really going to, take another step in the second half and really just kind of carry this Hawks team. I could see them moving up to 4, even 5.
I don't believe in them that much.
On the shoulders of Trae Young, John Collins is going to have a good second half. In Capella. Yeah, the biggest weakness is their defense and inconsistency, but if they can put together a few consistent games down the stretch, with Collins doing his thing, then you could really see them doing, some damage in the second half. I don't know. I have a feeling, something with John Collins. I think he's gonna have the best half a season.
I like John
career.
Boy.
Me too, yeah. He's a good player.
But I don't like the Hawks.
Why not?
I don't think they have the moxie that the Celtics and the Miami Heat have to make the push in the playoffs. And I don't believe in them in the playoffs either. Trae Young's never been. John's never been. The whole team's never been.
Well, I guess it kind of depends, too, who they kind of get matched up with, Because the Hornets and the Knicks don't really have that experience.
I'm telling you, they're not going to be there.
They won't make the playoffs?
Maybe not. What is there's one game between them and the...
Wait, so you don't think the Hornets, Knicks, or the Hawks?
No, I think the Hawks will make the playoffs.
Oh.
I just think that the Hornets and Knicks are going to drop like lead balloons.
And then Hawks, Celtics, Heat?
Yeah, will rise. Well,
So give me your playoff seedings.
see, that's what I've been trying to figure out. I'd probably have from 4 down.
Oh, you can go from 1 to 8.
I'll keep it the top 3 the same. So 76ers 1, Brooklyn 2, Bucks 3. I'll probably go Heat 4, Celtics 5, Hawks 6. Maybe I don't know, maybe Knicks 7, and I don't, maybe Hornets 8 or
Hornets.
Bulls 8.
You have the Bulls over the Hornets?
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Well, they added that thing. Well, they'll do 7 through 10. We'll have like a little playoff. So I guess 7 seed plays 10, and then 8 seed plays 9 to see who, gets in the finals or playoffs.
Yeah, I don't think the Pacers are going to be there either.
So you think, okay. So in that playoff, then I guess you'll just have the Hornets and the Knicks winning to get that 7-8 spot. No, you'll have the Bulls. You said the Bulls. That's right. Sorry.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if I like the Raptors that much, and not the Wizards. Even though they look kind of good.
I don't like either of those teams right now.
But the Cavs.
No.
What's your ranking?
So Joel's out. They're still winning games. But do we know when Joel's coming back?
No idea.
Does he have a timetable or it's still...
What is his injury?
Remember he
fell on his butt?
No, I think it was his ankle or knee.
I don't know. They're always real careful with him. So
yeah, they might keep him
a
out.
few weeks.
I could see the Brooklyn jumping up to 1. I'll have Brooklyn Nets 1, Sixers 2, Bucks 3. Then I'll have the Hawks 4, Celtics 5, Heat 6. I don't know. Like you said, the Knicks aren't as good with Mitch Rob out.
I mean, yeah, it's not a huge difference, but it hurts.
It hurts.
Yeah.
It's like if Gobert were to get off the Jazz,
No.
Yeah, it is.
No, it ain't.
Yeah, it is.
They got Nerlens Noel as basically the same player.
No, they're not. They're different.
Tyson Chandler Jr.'s.
Mm-mm.
Nerlens isn't as good as Mitchell, though. I know that.
I mean, they're kind of similar, both long and skinny. That's probably about it. The Hornets and then the Pacers. I think the Pacers can get in. I think the Knicks fall out.
Interesting. Maybe. You never know.
Because I think the Hornets can ride a guy like Hayward and Rozier. The Knicks really don't have someone they can ride outside of Randall.
Dang.
Barrett's up and down.
The Bulls are bad.
3-7 the last 10 games.
And they're 0-2 after the trade.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you can always turn it around, man.
You can. Well, that's the thing with these trades, too, is, once they start meshing, and especially with the caliber player like Vooch.
And they're playing in the Eastern Conference. Like, they're going to... If you have 2 studs like Levine and Vooch...
Yeah, but all these teams ahead of them are better.
I don't think the Pacers are better.
Brogdon, Sabonis, LeVert,
Turner.
That's a better team.
What about Satoransky, Patrick Williams, Markkanen, Kobe White?
I mean, they're fine. I just don't see them as a playoff team right now, at least.
Yeah, I mean, that was just wishful thinking, but like I said, it's going to be, there's going to be people hopping each other, there's going to be people dropping, there's going to be people, it's going to be nitty gritty, and we're going to grind it out and see what this Eastern Conference is really all about.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy. It's, it's like 4 games back from the 4th seed to the 11th seed or 10th seed. So all those teams are going to be rapping and
every
rolling.
game is super important.
For sure.
That's why Bulls made that trade, I think. They're tired of not making the playoff.
Yeah, it's just a matter of winning games, man.
Yeah, I agree.
Other teams in the East made moves too,
Brooklyn's just getting rich.
Brooklyn smells like Ramadan.
Yeah, but who went to the Bucks?
PJ Tucker, Jeff Teague, and Austin Rivers.
Oh, talk about backup.
Yeah, talk about bologna sandwich.
Talk about expired.
Yeah, talk about underbelly.
Yeah, I couldn't have said it better myself. That's how I'd describe those three underbellies.
So is your favorite in the East still Brooklyn?
Yeah.
Is that easy for you?
Yeah, the way James Harden's he's playing like an MVP, it makes me very, very sometimes I just wonder. That guy was on our team and he was carrying our team and he's doing the same thing. Like when Kyrie and Durant's out, they're fine cuz Harden's done that for so many years on the Rockets, carried us even when we had subpar talent around, he would just drop, a 40-point trip dub and call it a night.
Yeah, he's a freak, man.
And then Kyrie he'll go on vacation for a couple of days, probably to the Bali or Tegucigalpa for a couple of days to get his mind right.
Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah, he'll go wherever, like to get his mind right and to get to like his core self.
His energy,
he'll
his
come
vibrations.
back in the first quarter. He'll drop 15 and everything's hunky dory, and Steve Nash is sitting back wiping.
Steve Nash is sitting back wiping the seats.
Yeah. Did you see his interview? They called the Nets like the villains, and at the very end he growled.
Really?
He went, "Rrr."
Nah, I missed that.
It was awesome.
He's a good dude though. I
love Steve Nash. It's just, and we can't blame Steve Nash for getting all these buyout players.
You can't. It's kind of like with Kerr, because Kerr kind of came in and he just like acquired all these talented players. Steve Kerr.
Oh yeah.
Kind of when he first came in.
Inherited them. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the word. Inherited them, just like Nash. And it's basically just because they're loaded with stars, it's hard to tell if they're good coaches or not.
I think Steve Nash is.
Me too. Yeah, I thought so from the beginning. Just because he's a high IQ, always been that smart basketball player.
Does he have a lazy eye?
I don't know. Maybe he developed it later on.
No, I just noticed it lately. He kind of has a lazy eye.
I didn't notice. Maybe.
He needs to start wearing an eye patch.
Maybe he needs to grow his hair out again.
That'd be pretty cool. Yeah, he's real clean cut, but he needs to wear an eye patch to strengthen the lazy eye, so it straightens out.
Is that how that works?
I think so. Like you put an eye patch over your strong eye, so this one has to do all the work.
I might have to work on that.
Yeah, you've got two.
2 lazy eyes?
Yeah, you have to wear 2 blind or eye patches.
I wouldn't mind. I'd wear one.
No, but yeah, Brooklyn's my number one. I think when Durant comes back, he might get suspended for the tweets he sent out, though.
Who?
To Michael Rappaport, they leaked the DMs.
Who are we talking about?
Durant.
Oh.
He went off.
What did he say?
Told him to meet me on 10th Street. Used a lot of vulgar, misogynistic terms.
What did Rappaport say for him to go off on him?
He tweeted that when Durant did that interview we watched with TNT, that it looked like he didn't want to do it at all.
With Charles and Shaq?
Yeah, and then Rappaport tweeted, yeah, just if you don't want to do the interview, say you don't want to do it. Don't look like you're going to cry the whole time or say something. And then Durant literally just went off.
Really?
And it's like he killed him.
Dang,
it was very scary, honestly.
Did you feel that in your heart?
It made me really see Durant as the Slim Reaper.
You think he could body him?
Yeah, he asked him to come meet him. He asked him his address, and he said, "Meet me on 10th."
I don't really like Michael Rappaport, but I don't really like Durant anymore either.
And then the disposition whenever he got sued Barstool for firing him wrongfully, wrongful termination or defamation, and that got released. And then Durant sent more vulgar DMs to Rappaport.
Yeah, he's kind of like
about
a
his
Larry
wife.
Bird, kind of a weird looking.
Dave Portnoy?
No, Rappaport.
Does he have red hair?
It's like red blonde, kind of. Yeah.
I think Durant said something about that.
Yeah, he's a weird looking dude. But he's has that strong Boston accent.
Who does he work for?
He's been all over the place.
There's another Rappaport, isn't there?
Ian, the NFL one.
Yeah.
Yeah, those
Are they related?
No, different guys.
Yeah.
But who do you think Harden's gonna? James Harden's pulling out the MVP at this point.
No.
Really?
I think he's playing like an MVP, but I don't think he'll win it.
Who would you give the award to?
I'd give it to Jokic.
Really?
Yeah.
What about Joel Embiid?
He missed too many games.
He hasn't missed that many yet, has he?
Well, he's still out. LeBron can't get any more. He's hurt.
But even like LaMelo, I still think he can win Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, but it's tougher that way. MVP's different too. That's Rookie of the Year. Jokic is shooting over 60% in twos, over 40% in threes, averaging what is it, 28?
I'm not sure his stats, honestly.
Yeah, but I read something like he's one of the only players that have averaged 60% from two and then 40 from three. Big man.
Yeah, it's one of them at this point. You know, with Braun and Embiid going down, it's Jokic and Harden down the stretch. But to me, Harden's really freak.
Yeah, I think we all know that he's a freak of nature.
Because the fact that like Kyrie and KD have been out, you know, for a long time. You know, they're still winning games, 8-2 in the last 10 games without Durant. And it's just solely on Harden literally going crazy, like putting up career numbers. You know, his most efficient season, his crazy assist numbers, crazy points numbers, even rebounding at a high rate. So it's basically his best season yet, and they might finish 1 or 2 in the Eastern Conference.
Maybe I'm just being biased about him not winning MVP. I didn't know he was putting up like career best percentages and stuff. But I mean, he's playing like an MVP. If he gets it, I won't wish him I won't say congrats to him or anything. So I'll just nod my head and smile, and I'll fart in the wind.
I mean, yeah, we can't rule out like it being a sure thing just yet. You know, there's still a lot of games to be played. You know, what happens when KD, what happens when Kyrie comes back too. You know, we know Jokic is going to do his thing if he can continue to keep putting up numbers, keep carrying the load for Denver.
And I think that Harden rubbed some of the MVP voters the wrong way when what he did to Houston. That could factor in too.
Yeah,
it shouldn't, but
for some of them. But I think a lot of them, you know, now the fact he's out of Houston, they kind of ride on him now. Like, oh, this is the guy that he was never doing this in Houston, but in reality he was. They just weren't following him or nothing, you know. They think he was just dribbling around and shooting around and going to the foul line, but now they're like praising him. You know, there's those voters too where they kind of get on my nerves, but we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. So I have Brooklyn 1. You have Brooklyn 1? I mean, winning the East?
Yeah. Yeah. I do.
I
I think that Sixers series could be insane.
I think,
But Milwaukee, too, man. You never know. They look really good.
I think the Heat could give them a really good series.
Yeah, once they get things rolling and can get healthy, yeah.
I think the Celtics could make it interesting.
No, I don't. They're not. Both of those teams really have to make strides. If they can get hot at the right time, yeah, they definitely make a push. But the way it looks right now, those teams won't be able to compete.
You know what the problem with the Celtics is?
What? Let's do it. Let's get into it.
Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, their two best players, are really good at scoring, finding a way to score for themselves and putting up points. But they don't make anyone around them better. I think they're at that age where they're young and they're just trying to get theirs. But once they figure out that they need to get everyone involved and make other players better to really take that next step, I think that's when the Celtics will really. And then they're still young, so I mean, it's not like, you know, they can't learn to do that, or, you know.
But history always says, though, like, players who are like that, to where they can't create for other people, but are really good, like, star-level players, you know, they always, you know, tend to butt heads, or one ends up getting traded or moved. And then later on in their career, or later on, you know, down the line when they're more experienced, that's when they start to, you know, really open up and start making other players better and stuff like that.
Yeah, there's an example of actually a Boston Celtic, former Boston Celtic player, Paul Pierce. He used
Yeah.
to get 25 a night, and then I think one year he had an epiphany and was like, you know what, I got to make others better, and he started to, get
Yeah,
people
he had like
involved.
averaged like 5 or 6 assists
Yeah,
after averaging
but
like 2.
like his first 6-7 years, he was all about getting that 25 per game. The
Yeah,
truth
that's
shall
true.
set you free.
I'm not saying they don't. I don't think they can work out, but maybe they're gonna eventually realize like we're both really good. Like we could find a way to make each other and like make this team a lot better. I think that, like you said, that's probably what they're gonna have to do to really make that stride.
But I like Marcus Smart. He's a dog.
Yeah.
Did you see that play? The first play of who were they playing? The Pelicans.
Yeah.
The tip off. They tipped it to Marcus, and he shot it with one hand, and it threw it out of bounds. No one knows what he was thinking.
Wait, he shot it from like half court?
Yeah, with one hand, like he didn't care.
Why?
I don't know. I think I saw a video. Maybe there's like a penalty or something, but because I haven't seen it on I didn't really watch SportsCenter, but
Something had to happen. Maybe he made a bet with somebody.
that's what I'm thinking. Like one of his friends, was like, you won't do this.
Yeah,
He did.
there's no like to just think like I'm gonna get it and throw it.
Like he just didn't think of it. He just got it and launched it,
What?
and it went like over the shot clock. It was crazy. But I didn't see a lot on it. And I don't know if it was like a mistake.
Maybe there was a foul.
Yeah,
Or the
that
whistle
was the
blew.
tip off, the opening tip.
That's so strange. I never seen that.
Yeah, I just saw one clip, so I can't validate it or anything. But
I'll have to look at that after this.
yeah, it was pretty funny. But I like Marcus Smart. I like their team. I don't know. I like Brad Stevens.
You like Time Lord?
I love Rob.
Yeah, he's gritty.
He's gritty. He doesn't care about scoring either.
No, he doesn't. He makes good plays. Makes the smart plays.
I didn't know that. I thought he was dumb.
Maybe he is, but he's got a decent basketball IQ.
He's from Louisiana.
He needs to work on his touch around the rim, though.
He needs to learn how to run.
What do you mean?
He runs like he's on stilts.
Okay, so with that, yeah, we have Brooklyn doing their thing. It's going to be hard to stop that freak team. So we'll have to see, man. Hopefully we can get, the Sixers or Bucks making some noise, even though I'm not rooting for Giannis. I'll probably root for the Sixers, in all honesty. I like Joel and Ben. Ben's good, man.
I like Benji.
You have anything on Ben Simmons?
Yeah, I think he's more important to the Sixers than Embiid.
Really?
Yeah, all around.
Probably. You're probably right.
Defensively. His IQ.
Yeah, I would really like to be in Doc Rivers' position, in all honesty.
I'd like to be a fly on the wall in the locker room.
I would like to be able to have the opportunity to coach like Ben and Joel and trying to find ways to make them work,
Would you be Doc Rivers or would you be yourself?
It'd probably be Austin Rivers.
You get chewed up and spitting out.
I would be Doc Rivers. But what I'm saying is just to be able to run plays and set up the offense with Ben, because people always say, oh, they can't shoot, can't do this, but there's definitely freaky ways to run your offense through those two guys.
Yeah, for sure. I would like to experiment with them too.
Yeah, I think it would be fun because there's a lot of things you can do. Because with Ben, he's able to get down into the paint, drive past guys and kick it out with the shooters. You have Joel rolling and stuff. I like them. They can make some noise.
But I would be the coach.
Who would? Why?
I wouldn't be Doc Rivers. I'd be the coach. I'd wear a suit and slick back my hair.
No, I know. I'm just saying if I had the opportunity.
Yeah, but you said you just changed places with Doc.
Yeah.
You'd have his voice and everything.
Oh, I take it. No, I don't like that. I'm just
We can get over there, boy. We're gonna get on them. We're gonna run it good.
That sounds pretty good. I would be
Nah, I don't
me, and
know.
I'd wear shorts.
You'd wear shorts and a white beater,
Nah, I'd wear shorts and a suit.
plain white tee.
Nah, I'd wear a suit, but it'd be like slacks, but shorts.
with a suit on.
Yeah, with dress socks and Crocs.
You think there's a rule for what you can wear and stuff?
Yeah, there's a dress code for sure.
Like pants.
Well, I don't know. The players used to have one. I don't know if they do anymore because they wear outlandish things.
I think you have to wear pants. I don't remember anyone seeing like shorts.
You can wear shorts.
You can wear shorts?
Pre-game?
No, like the coaches, I mean, sorry.
Oh, no.
It's got to be pants.
Yeah, for sure. But you can wear short sleeves.
Yeah.
I just noticed that a lot of coaches just wear pullover. Like Steve Kerr, Steve Nash.
Yeah, I noticed that. Like casual stuff.
Yeah, Pop. Like I guess that's what you wear. They're not wearing suits anymore. I think Quinn Snyder wears suits. No, he wears warm-ups.
Because the game we went to, Steven Salas was wearing like just like a pullover with like the zipper that goes like halfway down your chest.
Yeah, that's what most coaches wear. I think that's what they gave them.
It's like a casual, but then they'll have like slacks and like nice dress shoes, but they have like a casual pullover. Yeah.
They wear like Skechers shape-ups.
Really?
Like shoes that aren't, I guess, tennis shoes, but not.
Oh, Stan Van Gundy was another guy that
was wearing Vans.
Yeah, he was wearing
without the laces.
Just like a pullover.
Yeah. I think that's just like the code now.
I mean, I'm cool with it. There shouldn't be a dress code in reality. I mean,
yeah, I think they should be able to wear whatever they want.
Because
they could wear the other team's logo if they wanted to.
Because like guys who are injured and sit out, like they're just like decked out in like $100,000 outfit.
Yeah, and they're always weak.
I know, like the Devontae Graham had like a Bugs Bunny sweater vest.
That'd be cool.
It was sick, but it was just like it's just interesting.
I just don't like the people that wear really expensive stuff, but it looks lousy.
Yeah.
It's like, what are you doing? Just put on a little hoodie.
I would just wear like just like sweatpants.
Eric Gordon is the most boring dresser. He wears the same stuff every time: sweater and sweatpants.
That's how I would be, honestly. Like I wouldn't be like no offense to Russell Westbrook or anything, but like I wouldn't ever do that, you know.
Well, he's got partners. Like some people, they pay for their clothes because you know how Instagram always shows what they're wearing.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of fashion places that pay NBA players to wear their stuff.
Yeah, you have to be really big into like fashion and stuff. I mean, I'm really not. I would just wear like whatever I pull out of the closet that day, you know.
What if you had like a partner with Walmart?
Like I would wear their clothes, but it wouldn't be like stop signs and stuff on my all over, and like it would just be regular stuff and like a hat.
I'd wear a shirt that was see-through.
Really?
Yeah.
How would that work? Someone probably has. I'm sure Russell Westbrook has.
He has.
Yeah, he's weird.
Or like a shirt that looks like a garbage bag.
It's just different. Because back then, like Tim Duncan and guys like that would just show up. Didn't matter.
He was wearing XXXL shirts and XXL pants.
That was swag.
Yeah. Back in the day, it was all about being baggy. Now it's the tighter, the better.
Yeah, that's true. They'll wear like those pants that won't go past their ankle, and then no socks, and then like a nice shoe.
Yeah, like
loafers.
Like loafers with the spikes on them. I guess that's Gucci or Versace or something.
Yeah,
I'd wear Velcro shoes.
Yeah, you would. I know you would.
So my attire would be a trash bag shirt with trash bag pants with
Velcro shoes.
But it would look really cool because I'd wear sunglasses and a hat.
Yeah, it would fit into the nowadays fashion.
I'd probably get like people would like DM me like, how much is that outfit? And I said, I just cut holes in the trash bag, man.
Like, where'd you get that, man? It's like,
it would start a whole trend, which is very unnecessary, but that's like today's age. Like, that's different. I want to wear it.
Yeah.
And then I'd make a lot of money.
You'd sell it off? Would you start like a clothing line?
Yeah, it'd be called Can Trash.
Can Trash? What about Bag Nation?
No, it'd be called Earth.
Oh, yeah, this is Aaron's clothesline idea.
I have a brand that I've been thinking about for a long time. It's called Earth. But instead of EARTH, it's birth without the B. So IRTH. Earth.
Yeah, it's clever. That's copyright. If we see it anywhere.
Yeah. I shouldn't have said it. You're lucky. But you don't know the logo. You don't know the font I'm going to use. And you don't know what kind of material I'm going to use. That's polyester blend 100%.
That's going to be our brand name for our merchandise for Forget What You Heard. So
yeah, it's gonna be the
Earth brand Forget What You Heard style shirts coming soon.
Yeah, that's going to take a little bit, but we will get merch out before that. We'll just use Fruit of the Loom.
No, it's going to be Earth.
And the only size we have is a small.
No, we'll have all the sizes.
Okay. I'm just thinking outside the box.
All right, well, moving on, man. We're going to move on to the Western Conference, the exciting conference, the good ball conference.
The Wild Wild West.
The dog, the blog, the smog.
Yeah.
All right, so what are some interesting things that you would like to talk about going on in the Western Conference?
The most interesting thing to me are the bottom of it, with the teams that are currently in the 9-10, 11-12.
Okay.
It's tight-knit, but the teams that are 11-12 have been going on little runs. Pelicans and Kings.
Correct.
They're starting to hit their stride. So, to me, I don't think the Grizzlies are that good. I mean, they're good, and they're about to get Jaren, huh?
Yeah, mid-April.
J Squared.
Yeah, I love him.
Mid-April.
Watch out for him.
Yeah, maybe I'll take that back. Maybe the Spurs will drop.
Pause. They got Derek White, man. He's good.
Really?
Jakob Portal. They just got Gorgie Jang.
No, that's true. Yeah, well, I guess it's all the teams we really.
It's gonna be a dogfight.
Yeah, it's basically all the teams we thought at the beginning of the year. Just in a kind of weird order.
Yeah, so it's Mavericks 7, Spurs 8, Grizzlies 9, Warriors 10, Kings 11, Pelicans 12.
Jazz 1.
But they're all within 3.5 games from Mavericks down to the Pelicans.
Yeah, that's what I like. And then the Jazz are number 1, Suns 2, Clippers 3, Lakers 4, Nuggets 5, Trailblazers 6, Mavericks 7, Spurs 8.
What are one of those, 3 or 4 teams on the outside looking in you think could make a possible run in the second half? Kind of slide their way in?
I'm liking the Pelicans a lot.
Really?
Yeah, Zion's hitting. This is where we all thought Zion was going to be. And he's hitting it, man. He had those huge expectations. He's averaging about 35 a game in the past week. He's looking unstoppable. If you haven't watched a game, go watch it. He's a freak of nature like we predicted. To be honest, I didn't think he would come this fast and he'd be this good. But here we are. It just scares me how big that boy is. It looks like he eats 2 cornbreads on each meal.
Yeah, I think he eats like sheep liver.
Yeah, and I think he eats Lonzo's plate.
Yeah, Toothless might be eating a lot of Smoothie King.
I also heard when they're eating the team dinner, he always says, I want what's on your plate, and he starts eating from his teammates' plates.
Yeah, I heard he eats with his hands. There's
So
no
now-
utensils.
So now they have a trainer that feeds him, and they tie his hands down.
Strictly for Zion?
Yeah, because he likes to eat.
Yeah, I'm sure he loves his Rice Krispie treats.
Oh, he can't eat them no more.
So with the Pelicans, there's 6 of 4 of their last 10 games. So yeah, I mean they are starting to win a little bit. This is without Lonzo, but Eric Bledsoe, man, he's really stepped up with Lonzo out. He looks good. He's making outside shots.
No, not Eric.
He does.
He stinks.
I literally sat and watched that whole Celtics game, like the whole thing, and he was good. He was making plays. It seems like he's a lot smarter than what he's in the right spot at the right time a lot, and he was shooting good. I'm sure he made like 4 threes that night.
Are we talking about
Eric Bledsoe?
Mini LeBron?
Yeah, like it seemed like since Lonzo's out, he's running the point, so it's like the ball's in his hands more. And he looks good, man. I didn't really like him, but
They should have traded him.
he's kind of been carrying the load with Lonzo out, and he's done a pretty good job at it.
I like that Kira Lewis guy.
Yeah, I like him. Nikhil Alexander-Walker, good
Yeah,
players.
Yeah, and I think Stan figured something out by running the offense through Zion.
Mm-hmm.
Like a point forward.
Yeah, and I
Kinda.
like how they kind of shipped off JJ.
Yeah, JJ
not
was
much
bringing down the vibe.
Yeah, he's just seemed like it was like a PJ Tucker type of thing where he was there, but you have other guys who can play. And another guy I want to shout is Josh Hart.
That guy can rebound.
He's good, and he's makes plays.
And he's really good at defense. He's just
Defense,
a solid
rebounder,
player.
shoot the three.
You know, the Pelicans did really good on the Anthony Davis trade.
Yeah, I'd say.
Very good.
Zion,
Zoe, Zingram.
Josh Hart's.
Yeah.
They got a lot of zing around.
Yeah, I mean, they brought the zing, and I wish the James Harden trade would have went something like that, but...
It was just weird, too, how, like, New Orleans started off so slow and so bad, and everyone had these crazy expectations where it's like...
Well, if you look at them on paper, you're like, dang, this team's stacked.
Mm-hmm. It's just Stan was having to, figure out a bunch of young guys.
And I think Steven Adams was a bad signing.
I don't think so. He's fine.
He's fine, but it just kind of plugs the paint up.
Kind of does. But he brings a lot of stuff, too.
No, I love Steven Adams.
Yeah.
He's one of my favorite players.
Toughness, rebounds well.
Yeah, he screens well.
He'll punch you.
Yeah, and he'll take a punch and smile and take a nap right after.
Literally.
But not a nap because he got hit hard, just because he was sleepy.
Yeah, I think Steven Adams is a guy where he's not the most talented. Sometimes he can be, like, kind of... seems like he's kind of not there all the time, but he brings that toughness. He brings he kind of brings like the attitude of the team.
Yeah, that's what I like about him.
Sets the tone.
You don't really notice him, but like at the same time you feel his presence.
Because I remember early in the offseason how when Zion was like, people think I'm strong, but they haven't seen like Steven Adams is like super strong, and I think that alone, like his work ethic, like outside of the court, and like his attitude is like, I'm a beast, I'm strong, and nothing can faze me. And I think that's a great attitude to have for a young team.
And he's from New Zealand. He's got a cool accent.
Yeah,
he's a cool guy.
Cool guy.
And I noticed that about Zion during that Celtics game. He's very, very strong.
Super strong, fast too.
Any guard that tries to like guard him in the post.
Mm-hmm.
He'll bump him, and that one bump, his turn is so quick. He's already at the rim, and he's already jumping by the time that you turn around. Like he's
built like a hippopotamus, man.
Yeah, in a good way.
Great way, yeah. Dangerous.
Yeah, he's just, I don't know. I don't think I've seen anything like him, and it makes me want to shout, throw my hands up and shout.
Yeah, and when I was watching, because I watched the Pelicans Celtics game yesterday or 2 days ago. I want to shout out the announcer because he did say like how crazy, because Zion, like he'll run past you, has that first step, and he'll be on one side of the paint, and then he does this thing where he ducks his shoulder down, and he's already on the other side of the paint, and he's in a position to make the layup, and it's literally nothing you can do unless you have two defenders down low to be on both sides.
Yeah, I did like how he pointed out how he gets low and he uses that leverage. Like, he'd be a really good defensive end.
He'd be a freak football player.
Like, the way I don't know, and you put that shoulder into you, there's not much you're going to do, man.
He gets so low, the center of gravity, when he gets low, he's literally, like, waist high with, like, some of these bigs. And, like, if you're that low, you have so much, control.
And I think if he continues to play the way he's played this past, 2 weeks, the Pelicans will make that jump up.
Yeah. I could see it if B.I. can continue to play, man.
B.I. is good, man.
Yeah.
But he needs to
add weight.
Hey, let's not go there.
No, he does.
Hey, let's not body shame right now.
No, he's a
We're
great
talking
player.
about basketball.
But that's his weakness is in strength.
True. He was getting knocked around a lot in that Celtics
Tatum
game.
owns him. Because he's bigger and stronger.
No, but he hit the biggest shot of the game, B.I.
No, I'm not saying. I'm just saying,
their
individual matchup. Yeah.
Oh, maybe. But I think the West has a lot of moving and grooving to do.
So you have the Pelicans jumping up from 12 to 8.
Well, can I just...
3 games back from the Spurs.
No. Why can't they just be in the play-in game?
No, I'm saying who gets into the playoffs.
I don't know if the Pelicans will get in. I just think they'll be in the top 10. How does the play-in game work?
The 7 through 10 seeds play 1 game. And whoever wins those games
is
gets
the
in.
7 and 8?
Yeah. So it's
So
basically
the
giving the opportunity of teams that are like one game back in the 9th seed and the 10th seed.
So if the season ended today, it'd be the Mavericks versus the Warriors.
And then the Spurs and Grizzlies.
That's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, I kind of like the idea, but I think it's only one game though, which is kind of. But the best team will normally win.
Maybe there won't be much movement because Lakers might keep dropping because of the injuries. Clippers will be fine. Suns, Jazz, Nuggets might get the 4.
Yeah, I think the Nuggets and Blazers will jump the Lakers.
They'll be the 6th seed, the Lakers.
Yeah, because the other those two teams are full strength. They've made some moves. 7-3 the last 10 games.
Who? Both of them?
Yeah.
Dang, yeah.
And so they're gonna jump up. I think the Lakers fall to 6, but then none of those teams from 7 to 15 can even compete with the Lakers as is right now. I don't think.
You don't think the Mavericks can make a move?
I think they could. Kristaps is really playing well. He's healthy again, but I don't
have a lot.
By that time, I think LeBron will be back, and when LeBron gets back and come playoff time, they're going to be right there with the Jazz and the Suns and the Clips.
Who comes back first, LeBron or AD?
LeBron.
For sure.
I mean,
he's got a high ankle sprain, man.
I mean, that's just what I think.
Hey, man. I think it's going to be AD.
I don't know. I think they'll both kind of ease their way in, ease their way back.
Yeah.
I'm sure one of them will come back when they really start kind of to slip a little bit. I don't think they want to be past the 6th seed. I think they want to solidify themselves in the top 6 so they don't have to do that playing game. And then, just make a run because they can beat, some of these teams. But, man, the top 6, though, is very, very, very competitive regardless of how good the Jazz are and the Suns. I think the Trailblazers, Nuggets can really do some damage to any of these teams.
Yeah, I think those are like the strongholds. I don't know how I feel about the Spurs. We didn't talk about the Kings.
Okay.
They got one of the hottest.
Go there, man. Yeah.
The hottest player, one of the hottest players in the NBA, Aaron Fox.
Aaron
Fox.
Darren Fox, baby.
De'Aaron. Yeah, he's been.
Swipe of the Fox.
Yeah, he looks freaky. And they had that play where he threw it to Harrison Barnes and he made a game winner.
Yeah, that was cool. Good shot.
Yeah, that was like Old McDonald's Barnes.
Yeah, that was like Bartleby.
Yeah, Bartleby and Bartleby.
So you like the Kings now, too?
I like the Kings.
I don't really like them that much.
I like Halliburton.
I mean, I like some of their players, but in terms of, like, making a run, I mean, they could, but I don't know. Maybe they'll jump the Grizzlies.
The Warriors are one Steph Curry injury away from just dropping like a hot tamale in a shrimp store.
Yeah, but he just came back. Maybe.
Yeah, but could get hurt at any second.
So can anyone, though. He's back, man. He's ready to play.
Yeah, if Steph's back, they'll probably get the 8 seed. Oubre's playing out of his mind. Wiggins is who we thought he was. Draymond's the best player in the NBA, defender.
And then James Wiseman, been playing a little.
Yeah, when I was 19, I was looking for frat parties.
Yeah, I was trying to find a local barbecue.
Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine being a center for the Golden State Warriors.
Why?
At 19?
Well, he comes off the bench most of the time.
He starts now, doesn't he?
He's back in the lineup?
Yeah, why wouldn't he be? Steve Kerr said he was going to start for the rest of the year.
Oh, I didn't know that. I just knew he was coming off the bench for a while.
Oh, yeah, he's been starting.
Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe. Shoot, who knows? I mean, they haven't been winning much. But with Curry now back, they can... if he stays healthy, yeah, it'd be hard for them to not get in. They're probably better than the Grizzlies with the healthy Curry, wouldn't you think?
Ja Morant's crazy.
Yeah, their team's deep. Brandon Clark's no joke.
Did you see John Wall rip the ball out of his head?
Out of whose head?
Brandon Clark's.
Oh, yeah. I remember
he jumped
that.
up like a puma.
Yeah, he just ripped it off.
And Ja Morant at the end of the game.
Between the legs.
Kevin Porter should have dropped him.
He just kept looking at him like he was wanted to mess him up or meet him outside.
Yeah, Kevin Porter posted a picture on Instagram of him, and he's like the Joker. And I think the caption was Black Joker.
Mm-hmm. I saw that.
That can't be good.
Why?
The Joker's a villain.
Yeah, but Nikola Jokic.
Yeah, but that's his nickname. Because his last name is Jokic.
No, his last name's Jokic.
Yeah, but it's spelled Jokic.
No, it's Yoke.
But it's spelled Jokic. You just take the last two letters, replace them with ER, it's Joker.
I don't like it.
You don't like Kevin Porter's Black Joker?
No, Kevin Porter could be Joker. I just don't like the idea of, like, Jokic being Joker, but they're not even relatable. Like,
yeah.
just because his name is J-O-K doesn't make him a Joker. That's just, you know what I mean? Like, Slim Reaper makes sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
the Claw, Kawhi, King James, the
kid,
Beard.
The kid from Akron.
Yeah, Barch Yargandy. It's all the same stuff. But then you just go, oh, this guy's name's J-O-K. Let's be lazy. Joker. No.
What about PG-13?
Exactly. It makes sense. The Joker doesn't make sense to me.
Well, they call Mason Plumlee Swan Song.
I don't know. That's just my thinking. I don't know. You can feel some type of way, but
I just think it's a nickname.
I give it to Kevin Porter. Black Joker?
That scares me.
I like it.
That means he's a villain.
I like villains. Those are always the coolest people in the movies. Every time. Thanos? Cool.
Well, Joker was actually the best villain in Batman.
Majin Buu?
Give me another one. Darth Vader?
Yeah.
Darth Maul?
All of them are way cooler than the good side. I've never seen it, but I know that for a fact.
What about Sauron and Saruman?
Yeah. Legolas?
Oompa Loompas? In a way, they were villains.
No.
Because they were murdering those people and getting rid of their body.
No, they didn't murder them. They did it to themselves.
I know, but they discarded the body in the Chocolate River.
Yeah, that's not a... They can't just leave the bodies in there.
At least call 911.
Maybe Willy Wonka is the villain.
Well, if you think about Willy Wonka, all around, he was killing kids and then disposing of their bodies.
Yeah, I would agree with Willy Wonka. I think he was a bad guy because...
Well, they're accomplices to murder. But they probably didn't know what they were doing. They're just singing all day.
So they're not... They're victims too.
Yeah, maybe I didn't think about it that way.
Because they didn't know. Because remember, he went to their village and recruited them because they worshipped that chocolate peanut.
Yeah.
And he was like, hey, I have a whole chocolate factory if you guys want to work for me. So he was also manipulating them. He's a pathological liar and a terrible human being.
Oompa loompa doompity dee.
But Johnny Depp isn't a bad guy.
I will stay mum on that.
Deshaun Watson, R. Kelly.
Allegedly, it does not looking good.
He's a weird guy.
Really?
I don't care if 90% of them are lying, one or two. Strange.
It is very strange. He, I don't know. I guess some people have these weird, dark fantasies or weird.
Do you think if he gets found guilty for some of these that you'll face prison time?
It's civil. So he's just going to pay him. But then
be a settlement?
I'm sure the DA will go after criminal charges.
Me too.
If they think they can win.
I think it's possible.
Put him away and put him in Jerry Sandusky's bin.
Yeah, Bill Cosby.
Yeah, or Bill Cosby. That'd probably be a good tandem to put together because Bill Cosby would make him laugh. And Bill Cosby's blind and Deshaun Watson's strong so he can carry him around and take care of him. Sponge bathe him.
Yeah, we all know who the man and woman would be in that one, but...
Yeah, Cosby would
Moving on to the... Okay, so who you have coming out of the Western Conference?
See, this is a tough one.
Wait, before we get into that, Jazz, contenders or pretenders?
I'm going to say pretenders.
Yeah, let's get bold, baby.
Yeah.
Explain.
They're a very, very good team. It's hard for me to see them really being contenders. Really being contenders because whenever you look at, the Clippers, Lakers, Nuggets, Suns, I feel like Yes, they have Gobert, but is he really a game changer? I know he can be a game changer on the defensive end, but offensively he lacks. Donovan Mitchell is a very streaky shooter. Jordan Clarkson's a very streaky shooter. Mike Conley's a smart player, but he's not going to get you over that hump. Bogdanovich is a solid player. He's had a really hit and miss season. He's been injured a lot. It's just a lot of question marks. I don't know if they really have the it factor to get past those, heavy hitting, star-studded teams like the Clippers, Lakers. I'd even say the Suns, Nuggets.
I'm gonna go ahead and chime in here.
Chime.
I think the Jazz are contenders.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, 8-2 in the last 10 games, 35-11 this year. I just think all those players you named are good players. I think they're deep, extremely deep, more deep than any team, deeper than the Suns, the Clippers, the Lakers. And I just think they're coached extremely, extremely well. I think they have guys who can defend, very great defenders. Favors is a good guy who defends as well, a guy that you didn't mention.
Yeah.
Mitchell's a good two-way guy. Mike Conley's a vet. He plays his heart out. He really does. Joe Ingles is scrappy. He can play both ways too.
Forgot about JoJo.
And then you have, Gobert as an anchor. He's the best defensive center in the league, and he just is a presence in the paint. He doesn't necessarily show up in the box scores, but he's a championship type of guy for sure. He plays hard. And then, depending on if Don Mitchell and Clarkson and these guys can provide the scoring on offense and stay consistent, I think if they are consistent, they have a chance to win it all, really. If Don Mitch and Conley and Joe Ingles and these guys can catch fire and really run it, they're going to be unstoppable.
Yeah, I respect that opinion, but it's not about depth in the playoffs.
It is.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
you shorten your bench in the playoffs.
Yeah, but if you shorten their bench, then you have your guys that you're going to play, but then experience too is important.
What kind of experience they got in the Western Conference Finals?
They have a lot of vets. Mike Conley, Joe Ingles, Derek Favors, they've all been around. They've all played the game.
They've been in the Western Conference Finals?
No, I don't think so, but I'm just in terms of experience in general.
I mean, they looked good in the bubble, I guess.
Yeah, they did. They looked really good in the bubble. Even Royce O'Neal is another player who plays.
Yeah, but Donnie went nuts. He went nuclear.
Yeah, if he does that again, then the way they're playing right now, they're literally the best team.
But for Donnie, you gotta hope that he's on the hot streak.
Yeah, that's what I mean. If he's hot, then they have a chance. But
usually the games I watch, it takes Donnie like 7 shots.
Yeah, but by third and fourth quarter, he's stroking. He's feeling good. That's important.
But it's different in the playoffs.
It is different. I agree. I'm just saying I think this team's good.
And Jordan Clarkson's been poo lately.
I don't know.
You ever heard of Pooh Radley?
Pooh Staten?
Yeah. Pooh Jeter?
Yeah, Pooh Jeter, for sure. I don't know. We'll have to see, man. I think they could be good, but...
You think so? That's your pick is the Jazz? I haven't picked mine.
I haven't picked mine. I'm just saying they're contenders. That's it. I think they're somewhat legit. I
don't know who I'd pick.
Oh, breakout player in the second half of the season.
Breakout player.
In the West.
A guy that I already mentioned?
Of course.
Let me think for a second.
It's a guy who's going to come in, carry the load, and, help push this team into the playoffs.
Zion. Zion.
Toothless.
I think he's figured it out. I really do. I think Stan's figured Zion out. With Zoe coming back, we're gonna be Zoe and Zion show. Yeah, Mount Zion, like and I'm climbing it, baby.
I like it, man. Yeah, he's a freak of nature.
I think he's averaging 35 points, and he's shooting over 50%, 60%. He's a freak. The only thing that scares me is injuries, and I like how the Pelicans are playing. They're starting to gel.
Yeah, that's a good pick. I like the player, and I think we all expect that from him in the second half, is to continue to carry the load and push him into the playoffs.
I like him as a person, too. I don't want anyone to think I just like him as a player.
I don't know if I would want to be around him because he would eat all my food, but other than that...
Not anymore. They put a little hand... They cover his hands.
He's one of those guys where the waiter comes out with the food and he starts breathing heavy.
He is, man.
I mean, no hate. I'm just saying, you know.
No, and he's always one of those guys that's like, hey, what'd you get?
Yeah.
And he's like, can I try it?
And then he starts breathing heavy, thinking about it.
Yeah, and he's like, hey, do you mind if I try it?
Have a bite.
He's like a guy that when you go to the restroom, your fries are gone. He's like, hey, man, dude, I was going to eat those. He's like, I don't know what happened, man.
They forgot your fries, man. Ask for some more.
Nah, but in all seriousness, he probably doesn't eat that much. He's just probably big boned.
No, he definitely eats a whole bunch of food.
Yeah, but it's healthy food.
Maybe now. I mean, he's huge, like muscle-wise, too. He's extremely strong.
Yeah, you think he's just built like that. He's built like...
Little head, big body.
Yeah, he's built like an oxen.
Yeah, he's built like...
You said a hippo earlier.
Yeah, hippo's a perfect word.
My feelings. But I can see because they're scary. And
they're dangerous, but they're big and strong. That's it. I'm not saying it in a bad way.
They're the cows of the sea.
I love Zion. You know I love Zion.
Yeah, I think we both are in.
That's a great pick. I could easily see him carrying the load for this team, man. Really taking that stride.
Who do you got blasting off in the second half of the season in the Western Conference this year?
Kristaps Porzingis.
Unicorn alert. Hee-haw.
So
hee-haw, hee-haw, hee-haw.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be this way because it's getting close to the playoff time, man. You're gonna need your guys to step up. Kristaps missed a lot of time this year. And the Mavericks, they don't really have that third fiddle guy outside of Luka and Kristaps. So it's really gonna be on the shoulders of those guys. And I expect, Luka's going to do his thing regardless. He'll have some off nights. But Kristaps is going to have to be that guy where he comes in and he's able to pick up all the stuff that Luka isn't able to do. When he has a bad night, Kristaps is doing well. Because they're the 7th seed, 24 and 21. They're in it for the hunt. They're going to start playing real good, playing real hard. And then Kristaps is back. He's healthy. And he's going to be ready to take the next step. In the second half and, keep this team in the playoffs, man, because they have a lot riding on them because, it's Luka and Kristaps, man. They have a lot going for them, and I think he's been playing really well, and I think he can continue it down the stretch and lead this team to probably the 7th seed. I think is a good spot for him.
I like that pick. He's looking like the unicorn again, man. I see that little horn coming out of his ears.
He's shooting well. He's finding his stroke. It's important.
He's kind of he's got a nice little post game too that people overlook. And I have a couple honorable mentions, which is De'Aaron Fox. I had another one. Oh, Michael Porter Jr.
Okay.
I think he's he's starting to lighting things on fire in terms of scoring.
Yeah, I like Michael Porter, man. I saw him the other day and just seeing how really tall he is.
6'10",
he's almost
right?
like 7 foot. Like his
jump shot is pure.
It is, and yeah, he's just a big guy. Like you could see him being to me he's like a traditional 4 who can shoot.
Does he look like Drake?
No.
Drayton?
Drake? No, I don't think he looks like Drake at all. Fred VanVleet is Drake.
Oh yeah. Are they the same height?
No, is Drake 6 foot?
Drake looks like he's 5'4".
Yeah, he's probably 11, 14.
Yes, Wheelchair Jimmy was 3'11".
Yeah, I'm not really sure, but yeah, I could see MPJ really doing their thing together in there.
But he could be like the one that vaults him.
What about DeAndre Ayton?
See, I always keep my eyes peeled for that guy. I look at his stats every time he plays, and it's always interesting to see. I don't think the offense has really run through him. He just he's doing his job, and he puts up decent numbers, but there's a lot of mouths to feed, and he's kind of just doing the dirty work, which I respect.
Isn't it crazy how good the Suns are without the impact of Ayton?
He impacts every game.
Well, in terms of not being
dominating.
like a
Joel.
Yeah, like being Joel or Bam Adebayo or something like that.
Yeah, I think that, I think Mikal Bridges brings a lot to the table. He had 6 steals the other night. He's an elite defender. He's a 3D, smart. Devin Booker's a bucket. Chris Paul.
Does Ayton play a lot of minutes? Because to me, it always seems like he's not really ever on the court. I don't think he plays big minutes.
I think he does.
Really?
Yeah, I think he plays like the most. I mean, probably 30-something minutes. He's. I don't know how to explain it. I don't think he's like really a big part of their or what they do.
Do you think that's his problem? Or do you think it's like the way they run things with Chris Paul and Booker?
That's the thing. I don't know if he's passive or if that's just how they. I mean, it's working obviously, so.
Because he'll have nights where he's good. He's like 18 and 12 or whatever, and then some nights he'll have like 6 points, like 8 rebounds, and.
Yeah, it's very weird. I don't know.
Because like when we watched him play in Houston this year, he was a freak. He was like, get him the ball, he's gonna score.
What did he have? Like 18 and 16?
Yeah, I think he had more than that. 24 points. He was dominated. He dominated.
Yeah,
he looked really good.
Yeah, and he is really good, but I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of a mystery. I guess we have to watch more Suns.
That's what I'm thinking.
I want to see the Suns in the playoffs.
What if he's able to really break out in the second half, make this Suns team even better than what they are now, which is, they're 31-14, which is really good. But if they can have Ayton take that next step and start to play through him a little more, scary.
Is the next step like a level under Joel Embiid?
I think the next step is Joel Embiid. I think the only thing that's really stopping him is just touches per possession. Maybe he's not getting enough touches.
Yeah, we'd have to look at the analytics, but you think his next step he'll be Joel Embiid, a young Joel Embiid, or like right now?
I think when we watched him play, like the potential in the guy that we saw was literally a mirror to Joel Embiid. Like you can see it there. You know the talent's there. You know he could really shine. Even right now, I think he could. It's just a matter of him getting his touches and him getting his looks, which I don't really think they're. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's something they don't like him with this or that, or maybe it's just the way they run things. But the Sixers run everything through Joel. He touches the ball almost every possession. So I mean, if Ayton kind of had that, type of like. Opportunity. I really think he could shine. I really think he can be a Joel light.
Yeah, I don't think they throw it down to him in the post and let him do his. I don't think maybe he hasn't developed any post moves.
He has though. He had it even on the USA U19. You could see.
Well, maybe he's not. Maybe it is the way they run their offense. I don't know.
Because he can get down and gritty. He has a smooth jumper like Joel. Very smooth, very crisp. Great toucher on the rim.
Athletic.
Super strong. Great rebounder.
Good feet.
He's exactly like Joel. He's literally Joel. It's just not lacking the opportunity, which is weird because if you have Chris Paul, Booker, and Ayton, you should be a force. Because imagine Chris Paul on the Sixers or something. That they're going to be a dangerous team. Well, I guess the Suns
are a force.
The Suns are a dangerous team.
I want to see them in the playoffs.
But I'm just saying, if you get Ayton involved like the Sixers do with Embiid, how they could probably be a really, really good team.
What year is this for DeAndre?
Year for what?
Like his third year?
Oh, right now? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I wanna see him get those touches though. I believe in him.
I don't know what it is. I can't figure it out.
Maybe it's because he's from the Bahamas.
Maybe he just doesn't care that much.
No, he cares. Trust me, I've seen him.
So it's got to be Monte Williams.
Don't ever disrespect.
Or Chris Paul. Who knows? I don't know.
Chris Paul.
Really?
For sure.
Yeah,
he probably
a
doesn't want to throw it down to DeAndre because it ruins the flow of the offense. Maybe DeAndre Ayton's not a good passer. He doesn't know what to do if they were to double team him or something, or pass out of the post. I don't know. There's something going on. It's not just. There's something that we don't know.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I was just trying to figure it out.
Yeah, there definitely is. And I'm going to get to the bottom of it.
I'm sure Chris Paul has something to do. He always has something to say.
Yeah, why doesn't he just go work at State Farm forever?
Why doesn't he just go work at Planet Fitness?
Because he's got... I mean, that would be probably a good time for him. Wiping down them bench presses.
Yeah. No one likes Chris Paul. Boo.
I like Chris Paul.
You do?
Oh, did I say Chris Paul? I meant Cliff Paul. Because I want him to work at State Farm when he retires.
Yeah, I don't know. He's a great player. Chris Paul's a great player. He's in MVP discussion, but I don't know. I'm just not a big. I don't really like him that much.
You like Aaron Gordon on the Nuggets?
Yeah, I think that's good for the Nuggets. I'm glad they made moves.
I didn't see his first game.
Because, like I said in the other pod, man, if you get rid of Gary Harris and R.J. Hampton and you bring in a guy who can help you right now, and Aaron Gordon, I think that it makes your team better.
They had a guy sitting at the end of the bench that could help.
Oh, bubbles.
Did you see that? But you saw a shot, man.
Yeah, he's gonna be good one day. Hopefully, if he gets his opportunity.
No, it's not. It's when with Bobo.
You think he'll ever get minutes like this?
Not on the Nuggets.
Why not? You got Jokic, you got MPJ, you got Aaron Gordon. He's not ever gonna play.
You forgot about Jamal's.
Yeah, but he's a guard.
Oh, you're talking about okay.
Yeah, Bobo won't ever play. Unless it's
Paul
in like
Millsap.
He's gonna play.
I know.
JaVale gonna play.
What about Bull Bulls?
No, there's no room for him.
He can play guard.
He could play small forward.
He can play small forward.
But they have guys.
Who?
Barton.
He's not a small forward, is he?
He can play small forward.
I don't know, man. I just want to see Bull.
It may not be for a little bit.
Well, I'm not going to watch NBA until he does. So you're going to have to take over this podcast.
What about the Trailblazers? Contenders or pretenders?
Contenders. Anyone with Dame on their team is a contender. He's got that chip on his shoulder. CJ's back. Nurkic is back. They got Norman Powell. Melo's playing like Hoodie Melo. He's actually playing like Cornrow Melo.
Yeah.
They have...
Norman Powell is probably the best addition of the deadline. I don't know if you saw him in his first game.
He had 11 points.
He looks just like CJ McCollum.
What do you mean in terms of physicality or the way they play?
In terms of the way he can lights out score.
The game we watched, CJ was dropping buckets like it was...
CJ is the real deal.
He was dropping buckets like he was throwing rocks in the ocean. He couldn't miss. We have Nurkic.
Yeah, he couldn't hit the water jumping out of a boat.
They have Nurkic. They have Enes Kanter. What's his name? Roko's playing really well. I've been looking at his stats lately.
Steals, blocks, bogs.
Dante Jones.
Yeah, Anthony Simon. Derek Jones. They're good. They're deep,
Who's
man.
the other guy they got in the trade?
Oh, Matt Thomas?
Is he white?
The white guy?
I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, I don't know either more. I thought it was just Norman Powell.
Yeah, but anyway, back to them being contenders. They got everyone back. If they can stay healthy, Dame's going to put his cape on and we're going to fly.
Do you think they could beat the Clippers in a series?
Yeah.
Really?
I think it'd be a good series.
Would you predict that?
I have to wait until the time to see how everyone's playing.
Who's your prediction to come out of the West?
That's tough. The Lake Show?
Explain.
Let me give you 2 words. Andre Drummond. The best rebounder in NBA history. Because imagine, like, Anthony Davis. Well, this all depends on their health. And if AD and LeBron are good. I like their guards. Montrez. I think... And LeBron and AD being out helps the Lakers in the future.
How come?
Building chemistry with them not on the court. Like the role guys will build this chemistry. And LeBron will just fit right in. AD will fit right in.
No, it's not about fitting in LeBron or AD. Everything changes when LeBron and AD comes.
You know what I mean? They just take a step back. The role players do. But they have that. They know what to do in situations. LeBron's not always going to be holding their hand.
Right, yeah, I agree.
So they'll be better individual players and more confident. And then they'll have big Drummond to drum that ball.
You think he's going to drum the drums?
He's like, you know what his free throw percentage is in his career?
42.
I think it's like 46.
That's close.
That's
real
real
bad.
bad.
Terrible. He missed 23 in a row against the Rockets. I remember.
You think that the Lakers are worried about Shaq?
No, I don't think he's gonna play that much.
What do you mean, less than 20 minutes a game?
Probably around there.
He's on a contract year.
So that doesn't mean he got
should have
bought
went to
out.
the Knicks.
He got bought out. So he'll play somewhere next year. I mean,
But he won't. He
he's
wants
still
to
young.
be able to make the big money. The Lakers
He's gonna
have
get paid.
Yeah, the Lakers have a wink, wink, nudge, nudge deal with Drummond. They got to play him more than 25 minutes a game. I guarantee it. He wouldn't pick the Lakers if they said, "Hey, we're not playing you more than 20 minutes." You think his agent and Drummond went over there and they're like, and the Lakers like, "Dude, we can't."
No, he's gonna play, but he's not gonna get like 30 plus, like a whole bunch of minutes.
I think he plays a lot. I think they have the agreement. There's no way he'd pick the Lakers if they were like, oh, dude, we'll see where we can get you.
Think like Blake Griffin. I mean, he plays, but
Blake Griffin stinks.
But like, it's like the whole buyout thing is, he's going there to win. He's gonna go there, try to win a ring, and then get paid in off season.
What's a better buyout, Blake Griffin and LaMarcus or Andre Drummond?
Well, if you compare 1-on-1, obviously Drummond was the best one probably ever, but LaMarcus Aldridge is still a good player.
No, he's not.
Yeah, he is.
He's decent. He's not good.
Neither is Drummond. I wouldn't say Drummond's good. He's good at certain things.
Drummond's he's young and good.
No, he's not. He's not.
He's the best rebounder in the league.
He's a great rebounder. I'll give him that.
What is LaMarcus great at now?
He can do a lot of things.
But what is he great at? Nothing. So you're
It
saying
helps
you'd
to
rather
be-
have LaMarcus and Blake
No,
Griffin?
I'd probably rather have Drummond, but
That's what I'm saying.
but what I'm saying is, I think Aldridge can do more things than Drummond can do. Even right now.
I agree.
Like, I think...
But he doesn't do anything great, and he's old and bad at defense.
I don't think he's bad. Offensively, he does a lot more than Drummond. I think Drummond's obviously a great rebounder. He's one of the best in the league. But that's all he can do.
He can score a little bit.
Yeah, from rebounds, but you don't run an offense through him. Like what Cleveland did. Cleveland tried to do that. Yeah, he averaged 20 and 13. But he stinks. That's why Cleveland stunk.
Yeah, that you think the Lakers are going to run their offense through Drummond? No way, Josue.
No, they're not. But that's why I think
that's why it's
that's why it's
perfect.
a good fit. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's the better. For me, that's the better than those two. It's not a big deal to me.
But I think people are underestimating LaMarcus. He might not play a lot, but when he plays, he's going to be good.
He doesn't blow my nose.
He's a good player. You know LaMarcus is a good player. He's been good.
He's decent. He was a very good player at one point.
No, I'm saying even like the last few years. He was an all-star like not even 2 years ago. He's still a good player. Offensively, he's really good. We all know that.
Yeah, he's a good player. He's decent.
He's a good player, even right now.
Okay,
he can still move. It's like, yeah, I mean, they upgraded Marc Gasol with Drummond for sure. I mean, he can't space the floor or anything, but in terms of grabbing rebounds, he's one of the best, so that could help him for sure.
Yeah, I mean, and LaMarcus will fit good with the Nets.
Mm-hmm.
Blake Griffin's fit really good with the Nets.
I don't like Blake Griffin. He tried to fight the Pistons.
Yeah, because they said he couldn't dunk no more.
So he couldn't.
Yeah, Isaiah Stewart tried to punch him in the head.
Yeah, and then he elbowed Josh Jackson in the head.
Slapped him in the head.
For no, dude, you got bought out.
He didn't mean to, though.
I don't care. I didn't like him. I never really liked Blake Griffin.
I think he'd be cool off the court. He's funny.
I don't care. I'm talking about on the court. You think KG respects him? Absolutely not.
KG would talk so much trash, and then whenever Blake wanted to fight, KG would hide behind his teammates.
Really?
He never really fought anyone.
Who?
Which is a sad fact, KG.
Yeah, but he wouldn't back down.
He would never back down, no.
That's what I mean.
He never threw a punch.
I'm pretty sure there was a time where him and Blake got an altercation.
Yeah, I don't think he liked Blake.
I mean, I don't think anyone does. No one likes him.
DeAndre?
I don't think so. What's
Jordan?
Jared Dudley? Remember when he said how trash the Clippers were and how terrible they were on the court? No one liked each other?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think no one likes Chris Paul, no one likes Blake Griffin, no one likes those type of guys.
Yeah, I wouldn't like him either.
Yeah, I think he smells like blueberries.
Yeah, I'd be like the KG on the court.
Yeah, me too.
I'd say weird stuff under my breath.
Like Latrell Sprewell.
Like, I heard, like, KG would just, like, talk to himself, and the other player would be like, was this guy mentally insane?
Was he talking to me? He keeps talking.
He's like, yeah, I got a...
It probably
He's
doesn't
like, I'm
make
about
any
to
sense.
decapitate this guy.
It probably doesn't even make any sense. It's probably like...
He's probably like, I'm about to commit a
Cereal.
homicide.
Cereal in my pantry, 3 o'clock.
He's probably
like,
like,
dude,
saying
are you
really,
talking to me?
He's probably saying like the most disturbing thing.
Sardines in my back pocket. What's good? Your wife tastes like Honey Nut Cheerios.
Hey, come on, man. He really did say that.
I know, that's so cool, though.
Yeah, he was a dog, man. That's a real one. He should have been the star of Space Jam.
He was good in Uncut Gems.
Yeah, he was.
He's like the main guy.
Yeah, that was good. He's a good actor and a great player and an even better human.
Yeah, he's a good guy. We got to get him on the pod one of these days.
You know, remember when we were talking about Steven Adams?
Yeah.
I think he's the only, or he would be the person I picked to fight a Sasquatch.
Steven Ads?
I think he's the only one that would last.
That's it? That's a short list.
I think that's the only person that can really do it. No fear.
Yeah, Dwight's big enough, but he would just like put his arms up in the air and scream like a little girl.
Yeah, and drop his phone.
Drop his shorts, too.
Yeah, for sure. But I think Steven Adams would be my pick.
Yeah, I don't think Zion has that mentality to fight one. Steven Adams definitely does. He would see it and not get aroused at all.
Yeah, he's from New Zealand. He's probably seen him. He probably had a pack of
He
them.
probably has a brother.
He probably had, instead of a family dog, he probably had a family squanch.
I'm sure. We got to get Steven Adams on here and talk about it.
Oh, yeah, I would love it. I would love to interview any NBA player, even if it was the worst one in the league.
You think Shaq could put up a fight?
No, I think he's too soft. That Sasquatch would make him barbecue chicken.
Big words, fighting words.
Yeah, you can tell him I said it.
You don't think Marcus Morris?
The twins, maybe. Both of them.
Yeah, they don't play around.
Because that would freak the Sasquatch out. He'd be looking at one, and then on the other side, Marcus would knock on a tree.
They would think it's
right
teleporting.
And then, yeah, he'd be like, he can do the same thing, and then they'd coexist.
And then they just become one.
Yeah, and then we never hear the Morris twins again.
What about... There's no Scrappy... Patrick Beverly?
No, he's tiny.
Yeah, but he could...
You know, I've been thinking about it. Maybe Bol.
Nah, you talking about... Maybe. He's probably seen him.
He's probably lives
Africa?
I don't think they... In Sudan?
Yeah,
it's like the desert.
No. Maybe there's like a sand man.
He wasn't born in Sudan, I don't think.
He's been to Sudan.
He wasn't born.
You don't think he's ever been?
I mean, maybe he's been, but he just wasn't born there.
Yeah.
Actually, I'd send Francis Ngannou.
Yeah, he would be the ultimate.
God, that guy's scary.
He would be the final boss.
Dude, he's the scariest person I've ever seen.
Yeah, he's a freak.
I'd fight him, though.
If you can knock out a man the same size of you, being that big, you're a freak.
But he, like, literally made him go night-night. And then he punched him one more time in the head.
Isn't that scary, though? Someone that's that big, being able to knock out someone as big as him. Like, you can literally take on, like, anyone, ever.
Yeah, he's
anyone that's smaller than than Stipe Miocic, like, he could destroy. Because if you can knock out someone that big...
And that was supposed to be the best
Stipe
heavyweight.
is one of the
best of all time.
One of the best to ever do it.
He made him look like a rag doll.
Yeah, it was like early in the second round, just knocked him out. Francis didn't have a scratch, didn't have a bruise.
That punch just gives me shivers. Actually, when I watched it the first time, I kind of went and got knocked out.
It took the breath out of you?
Yeah, and then I woke up and my pants were soiled.
Wow.
And then they told me what happened.
That's a big moment for you.
Yeah, it's not my proudest moment, but man, Francis is my favorite fighter after that. No fighters ever. The last person that did that to me was Mike Tyson.
He did it to you?
Yeah, I got knocked out when he knocked someone out.
No.
Sometimes I can feel the
Francis versus Stipe, that one punch that stunned Stipe, was terrifying.
I know.
When he like hit
And
him,
he was
and he
kinda
was
like-
like dazed and like falling towards the side of the cage.
And then he finally kind of got his
came up
thing.
and then knocked him out. That is crazy, and like he just dominated.
I knew it. I had a lot of money on it.
Don't watch Joe Rogan.
He had Alex Heinold on. I had to.
The guests are not bad, but Joe Rogan.
That guy's hands are like Kawhi Leonard's, but on steroids.
Ew.
The guy that does rock climbing, the most famous, Alex Heinold.
I couldn't tell.
Gosh, his interviews are, and he's like a really cool, like, he lives in his van, but he's the most famous climber ever.
Did he do Everest?
No, he was the one that free soloed, no rope, no nothing, El Capitan.
Has he done Everest?
You can't free solo that, there's snow.
Nah,
But he did one in,
he's not the best.
he just did one in Guyana where he had to, there's like plants on him, he said it was real hard. But his hands are like, his fingers are, he's like a skinny guy, but his hands are crazy.
Does he have any worse moments?
I don't think he has near-death experience, which is crazy because he's the only one that free solos everything now. He's like breaking all the records. Yeah, he has nothing on.
Wow.
It's just him and the rocks.
That's intense.
One time he fell asleep on the bat cave.
Really? That's
He
a
did
good
the bat.
spot.
He did the bat submission.
What is that?
Where you stick your feet in the rock and you're hanging and you just sleep because you're tired.
Nah, you would die.
No, because your feet are lodged in the rock.
No, your blood goes to your head.
You do crunches.
Not if you're sleepwalking.
Yeah, what if he started sleepwalking? Yeah, we
Probably
wouldn't
fall and hit his dome.
I mean, hopefully one of these days we don't just hear that he fell, because I mean, that's for sure death. But he's too freaky to die.
What does he eat on the way up?
Cliff Bars?
Really?
Yeah. I think he's like sponsored or something.
Quest bars.
No, Cliff.
Oh, that's a
I used
oxymoron.
I used to eat Cliff Bars every day.
Do you like those?
No, now I realize they give it to goats.
Who did?
No, that's what they feed goats now.
The brownie ones?
No, they can't do that. Like the oat one. I loved the brownie one.
The brownie one's the best.
And there's another one.
Quest bars, though, are the way to go now, though.
Have you ever had the Quest cookie?
Yeah.
They're good. They taste
I
like
think
cardboard.
they're vegan.
They taste like cardboard.
But the Quest, the bars are, like, really, really good for you. And they taste really, really good. It's like the new
I'll
slave.
send Alex Heinold. Why does Joe Rogan always ask his guests if they've ever eaten mushrooms and tried caribou meat?
I have never seen one where maybe one, but he doesn't do it every one.
He always asks them if they've done DMT. He said, have you ever did DMT and watched Finding Nemo? Like, they'll be talking about neuroscience.
Yeah, I don't like
yeah,
Joe
that's all
Rogan.
cool, bro, but have you done DMT and watched Finding Nemo? It's very strange. That's why I'm going to start calling him Toe Rogue.
Yeah, he is Toe Rogan. I'm not a fan.
Yeah, I think he's a sheeple now.
For sure.
Ever since he got bought out, he can't even finish the Marcus Luttrell interview because they drank too much.
Sodomy?
More like they spilled too many beans that we can't hear about. But this podcast will never hold anything back from me to tell you about anything we know.
Yeah, Grey Poupon.
Yeah, Grey Poupon.
It's been another episode of Forget What You Heard. Thanks for listening. Thanks for the support. Love you guys. Take care.
Peace, love, and happiness.